Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and welcome back to Get Back to Work, a series in which I do various different tasks in a work simulator while I discuss topics that have been suggested by people who had $25 more in their wallet than they knew what to do with. And this series has a €25 booking fee. That's almost too convenient that that's written there. Anyway, today's topic here aboard the Not the Sunshine Fun bus, The Imposter. Is public transport. That should be juicy. Atomic batteries to power. Come on. Turbines to speed. All of that kind of caper. Maybe. Oh, there we go. That seems to have got it. No, that's done something, but it hasn't done it. All right. All right. Do we think that's got it? No, I don't think it has. Try it now. You've got to turn you turn the key and then turn the... Oh, yeah, all right, okay. All right, well, it all makes sense now. Let's put some headlight on. Yeah, no, that's all the lights on. Yeah, that'll work in my favour. Turn the headlights on with K. Oh, I see. All right, yeah, okay. K and L give you all kinds of different things. I think fog lights and emergency light, all of that business is a good way to go. Yeah, all right, go on, give it some of that. Turn the aircon on. Solids. Handbrake off. Right, and then gear up. And then let's get ourselves on our way. So we've got a job on. It doesn't actually kick off for another 12 hours or so. But I thought I'd get to the start point before the job kicks off, because we don't want to disappoint the passengers. See, I mean, it doesn't pay a huge amount, and I had a quick look at the status of the buzz, and it's quite broken in a few places. I did, however, I still don't know what's going on with that dude, but I'm sure they're happy. Still unable to apply the custom livery that we had before, which is a bit of a disappointment, but I'm over it. Yeah. I mean, it's not a narrative series that we're doing here. This is a random pontification series. Indicate I am doing. Watch out! Oops! Well, I think we've bent him a little bit. Yes, it's okay. It doesn't seem to have slowed us down too much. No, we're cutting through. Lovely, getting plenty of cut through, which is great. Right, off we jolly well tiddle. Right, public transport. Now, who was it submitted this? Nick, I think, submitted this one, and Nick's message goes as follows: topic, public transport, game, tourist bus simulator. That's it. That's all Nick gave me to work with, and frankly, I like the cut of Nick's jib in that regard. No mess, no fuss. Figure it out, because he knows that all I need is a seed word. I'm much like a random map generator in that regard. You know, just bang some random characters in, and the randomizer will do the rest. Yeah, stop using all the brakes. Why it works? It's hardly the point. Right, indicate on. Well, you shouldn't need to indicate on. Now, you see, he's going to think you're turning off there. Yeah, well, he's a Charlie and he's out of my way now. There we go. That's it. Good. Drive it like you hate it. I do hate it. Well, that's a job. If you liked it, they wouldn't have to pay you to do it. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Public transport, friends. In theory, public transport should be wonderful, and in many cases absolutely is wonderful, because it provides the means of getting around for people who don't have their own means, right? Particularly pensioners in the UK. After you retire, you go onto the state pension and become referred to as a pensioner. And one of the great bonuses of being a pensioner was you used to get a free bus pass, which meant you could ride the buses for as much as you liked, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And many would. If they were having trouble heating their house, get on a bus. It's warmer that way. Now, I mean, that makes it sound rather dystopian, and certainly there are dystopian flavours which one could partake in that regard. But it was there and it was a positive. It enabled pensioners to get around. Not least of all because at the age of 70, you have to retake your driving test, or you have to retake elements of your driving test. You've gone up the wrong road here, son. Oh, I have, haven't I? Yeah, okay. That's all right. I've still got a while until I get there. I'll go and turn around at the top of the Castillo Caleta Diffuster. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah, could have nicked that bloke's bike. You're not going to get many passengers on the back of that. Watch me. Yeah, so I mean, public transport is a means for those who don't have transport of their own to get transported. Hooray, good job, well done, everybody's happy, we're bulletproof. And that's all good. The problem comes from underfunding more than anything else. More than anything else at all, it is underfunding that does the problem. And that starts with, if you ever want to privatise something, the best way to get something privatised is to give it so little funding that it starts to perform poorly. And you might go, well, that's yeah, but, and you kind of go, wait, bear with me here, is nationalised transport. Let's just cover nationalised transport and infrastructure. We might as well do infrastructure at the same time. I don't know which bus stop it actually wants me on for this, you know. Now, I did say before, I think it's going to be this side. I think it's going to be this one. Alright, okay, well, let's park her up. Parking her up. There you go. Oh, that's a nice gentle stop. Well done. Thanks, you patronising git. Brakes on. Good. Engine off. Super. I've only got 11 hours or so to wait. I'll just finish this thought and then I'll figure out how to advance the time accordingly. Underfunding, yeah. If you want to privatise something, put so little money into it that it can't help but start to fall apart, and the public will be up in arms about this public service that was there for them, and you'll go, I know what will fix it. Sell it off. So you sell it off, and then all of a sudden, instead of being run for the people, by the people, it is run instead by a corporation for profit. At which point the prices start to ramp up, and then if you're funding your senior citizens bus pass, all of a sudden that becomes really expensive. There was almost a fender bender there. That was jolly close, but there wasn't. Look at him. Arrest him. He was pulled through a stop sign and stopped midway. That's disgraceful. Just disgraceful. Dearie me, the traffic in this is very true to life. I love it. Right, here we go. We're underway, and obviously, because it's daylight now, I've enabled the full daylight camera. We've got a bunch of morons piling in, but that's what we do. That's the job. That's the caper. That's what we're paid for. That's all of that. Yeah. I've got 5 minutes before we're supposed to kick off, so we'll stay here. But I will fire the bus up. There you go. That's the, yeah, you see, look at that. Oh, delicious. Yeah, that's all gold. And we're not ready to shut the doors yet. This trip doesn't kick off for another 4 minutes. You can all just get relaxed and stay put and sit in your business. And then we're done. And then we're off. I'll show you where we're going. Hang on. I'll show you where we're heading to on this escapade. We're going here from the Castillo Caleta de Fusti, whatevs, and then we're going down. See, this is why I stopped over here. Is that looks right to me. And then we're going down there and do a bit of roundabout, and up we go. We'll do a bit more roundabout, and we go up here. We drop some people. Yeah, we drop some more people. We pick some people up. We come back again. It's a day out for the whole family, and it'll only cost you €25. What is not to like? Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've got that plumbed in the sat-nav, but let's check. Yep, sat-nav says C. Because it would. Yep, there you go. Oh, I just got hit by a car. Oh, that's rubbish. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so what were we on about? You were on some kind of politically fueled rant about privatisation of public transport. Here's the thing. In the 1980s, British Rail was rubbish. It was terrible. It was incredibly unreliable. And it was, at least in part, due to the fact that it had been underfunded for as long as it had been. So it was sold off to various different, or to the lowest bidders, to go run various different parts of the network. The network itself was sold off to a separate organisation, which is mostly public funded. and they're responsible for keeping things running smoothly. But you're moving between operators, and for a long time, it took ages before these operators would actually sync up properly. Even now, ticket pricing is totally inconsistent between different parts of the country. It's also some of the most expensive rail transport that you'll get anywhere in the world. And so, of late, there has been a significant amount of call to renationalise it and pump money back into it and make it the all singing, all dancing that it had been once upon a time. Now, here's the thing: for as expensive as it is, it's pretty efficient, and it works. It's very expensive to ride around on, but it is significantly more reliable than it's ever been in the past. Sure, things happen, and occasionally there are problems that cause things to be delayed or what have you. But for the most part, it's very efficient. I, on a regular basis, used to go from the Greater Anglia line out to Ipswich, then down to London, then come out of London. That's the other thing about stupid rail network in this country. If you want to go from the East Coast, Ipswich, East Coast, right, over to Liverpool, West Coast, Northwest, right, so they're like that on the map. Obviously reverse that so it makes sense. You have to go down out of Ipswich to get to London, and then back up again to get to Liverpool, rather than cutting across. If you want to go to Birmingham, it's even more ridiculous, because Birmingham's nowhere near as far. You still have to go to flipping London to get there. Everything has to go through London, and as soon as you go through London, the price goes through the flipping face of the sun. If you can avoid going through London, if you were going to go to Birmingham, where would you go? You go Ipswich, probably, or Ely. Oh, God. You don't want to do that to yourself. Nope. Ely or Peterborough. Then change, and then get a stopping service from Peterborough to Birmingham. In terms of the number of miles travelled, significantly fewer. In terms of the cost, significantly less. In terms of the amount of time it takes you to get there, significantly more. Thanks very much, country. No, I'm going to put that down to beaching. Flipping beaching. Shut down. Beaching, right? Dude, 50s, government decided to follow suit with the Americans, whereby they had invested heavily after World War II in national infrastructure, in highways, in your interstate system. Close them up. Get them closed up. Oh yeah, I'm bloody efficient. This is marvellous. Right, yeah. Put me back in the room. I need to be back in the room. Thank you. That's not it. This is it. Right, good. Let's get out of here. We don't want to be late. Right, okay. Handbrake off. Sticker in first. Indicators on. Off we toddle. And where did you come from in your espas? Yeah, come on, get round. I'm already late. Let's go. Flipping take out an Audi and a lamppost. Primarily the lamppost. Oh, we're stuck here now. Oh, crikey, I'm just trying to be on time. Yeah. Well, you were on time. You could go casual. So far, you are being crisp and efficient. Don't pull in there, son. It's very obvious that I'm going to work my way around there, you absolute pillock. Yeah, no, the Americans invested a heck of a lot of money in their highways and an interstate system and all of that kind of business, none of which has particularly been invested in since, which is why it's all now falling apart. But that's a different story for a different day. Do you know how that was all funded in the first place? It was funded because the top rate of tax was 90%. 90%. And that was spent on building your national infrastructure. And my, has it not served you well over, what, 75, 80 years? Woo! Incredible. And that's with 90%. You could do a very respectable 75%, and you'd be able to have some of the best infrastructure ever seen in the world at any point ever. And your billionaires would still have more money than sense. Actually, that's not that difficult. They'd all still have more money than they could ever possibly need. How much money does one person need to have? I know we're on capitalism, but at the same time, come on. I've heard it described. There was a comedian that says that you should get, once you get to 10 million, you should be given a little badge that says congratulations, you've now won capitalism, and from that point on you're not allowed any more money. Once you've spent it all, you can earn some more, and but fundamentally you don't need more than that. Happy days, good times. Anyway, so yeah, Beeching said we should follow suit with the Americans because the motor car is going to become all important, and think about the accessibility that that trucks give us in terms of delivering stuff locally compared to a train which needs very expensive rail setting up to begin with. Not to mention the fact we've got a ton of rail, all of which was built in the Victorian era, and it's getting older. So you know, we could scrap it all, a lot of these branch services, and instead replace it with motorways, which is what we did. And as such, all of our local rail network all got torn up. And of course, if you're trying to build any rail now, it's nigh on impossible. If you compare the rail in the United Kingdom with the rail on the in continental Europe, continental Europe is by and large I'm referring to kind of France, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Austria, the kind of central mass of Western Europe. The track is in such better condition, and there's a very simple reason for that. Is because it was all blown to shit in the Second World War, and so had to be relayed, and therefore they did it in straight lines where possible. You kind of go, oh yeah, that would probably do it. Whereas in this country, because I don't know. We got problems, but a lot of London was levelled in the Blitz, right? And when we went to rebuild it all after the war was done, the decision was made to put it back exactly as it was before. Yeah, rather than going like flipping heck, we got stuff that dates back 400 years here. We could take this winning opportunity to actually build some of it a bit better and make it so that it's suitable for the future. No, let's keep it suitable for a wagon. Okay, but you know the buses can't really get down. No, stuff the buses. No, let's make it wagon ready. Sure. Okay, now, I mean, it can easily be argued, and I might even agree to an extent, that's what allows London to keep some of its unique culture in place. I need to know the quick key for doing this, but I've found a key to do it, so we'll just do it. Get the doors open, right? And then we're going to get some more jokers on board, who we will now eyeball and ridicule. Hello! Try not to merge with one another, it's unsightly. Yes, hello. Find a seat. There's triplets there. Try not to look at them though, they don't like each other. They're hogging a seat each. That's good. Yeah. Are you comfortable there? All right. I know the cup holder table is a little bit remote. Everyone seems to be jolly washed out, don't they? Well, they've come to the right place to get a better tan. Is that Edward Snowden? Right. Let's back it into the chair here. Back to the chair. Find the buttons for the door. Close it. Oh yeah. I am absolutely the cat's pyjamas at this bus tour operation, Lark. Right, foot brake on, hand brake off, slap it in first, crank it. Car? Yeah, I know, I saw it. Okay, alright, where did that one come from? No, mate, no, I was already in there. Nope, you were trying to cut me up. Yep, that's it. Oh, I could probably stop at this point and let everybody get out of the way. Or at least let Red get out of the way. Blue, are you going? I think you'll find the answer to that is yes, you are. Indicators on. Good. Yeah. So I mean, if you were to sum up what's Britain's problem, quite succinctly, is total refusal to let go of the past. Total refusal to when we were great and we owned most of the world. Well, we don't anymore. Get over it. Get past it. Figure out what our role is in the modern world. Thank you very much. The end. And had we done that, we would not be having arguments about whether or not it is worth building a very expensive high-speed line to connect the south, or London again, to Birmingham and then beyond. Otherwise known as HS2. It is incredibly controversial because the Greens don't like it because it's going to bulldoze several bits of woodland and disrupt the occasional salamander. Who else doesn't like it? The not in my back door people don't like it because all of a sudden there's going to be a train line nearby. Who else don't like it? Car owners don't like it just because the car owners who decide to lobby for anything at all, they don't like anything. Used to say that the vitriol they say for cyclists. Gracious me. Yeah. Yeah, oh dearie me. And you just kind of go, oh, just get over yourself, you dinosaur. And who else doesn't like it? Basically nobody likes it, except it's flipping necessary. And can we not, as a nation, once in a while, build something that is designed to actually extend beyond 5 years? And the reason that 5 years is important is because that's when someone has to be elected again. So I applaud all governments that are getting behind HS2 in principle, because we should be building a rail network that is suitable for the future. They're going, oh, but it only shaves off 20 minutes for people who work in London. And you kind of go, no, it doesn't. It connects the centre of the country a little better to the south of the country. And at the moment, the south of the country runs roughshod over everyone else because that's where the money is. And therefore, I've gone very political with this, but I'm right. And therefore, you know, doing a bit to actually connect up different parts of the country. When I was going to Liverpool on a regular basis, I used the Virgin Pendolino. It's not run by Virgin anymore, it's Avanti West Coast. And the Virgin Pendolino was little short of miraculous once they'd finished the section that ran past Rugby, which is where herself lived at the time. So I used to go and stop with herself overnight because she was working near Rugby for Codemasters. I was working in Liverpool for Sony, and so I'd stop with her and I'd zip off out of Rugby in the morning. And what am I doing here? I don't know. Is this a scheduled stop? I'm not sure it is. I think you saw a bus stop and just decided to stop in it. Well, let's open the doors anyway in case someone wants to get off. Okay, we can do that. Right, 5, yeah, open them up. Just in case. I know there's another stop just up there that we'll stop there as well, but we're going to give these people a fighting chance just in case they decide, oh, this is a little bit more convenient for that taverna we saw recently. No one's interested. Okay, right, fine. Get back in the room. All right. Get back to the buttons. Yeah, and close them all up. No, that's open. Close them all up. Yeah. You know what? I quite like this. I quite like it. Well, that's why you're playing it, you dipstick. You could have said, no, if you didn't like it, you could have gone, no, I'm not putting that flipping thing on the list. I'm not going to play that. Right. Gears, driving, let's rock. Yeah, and once the Pendolino service was done, which is a top speed of about 160, I think. Flipping brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Incredibly fast. Only stopped in a few places to go from London to Liverpool. Magnifique. If you wanted to travel a similar distance on from there, so going from Manchester, you'd have to go from to get up to Glasgow or Dundee or Edinburgh or any of the other kind of bigger places. Oh yeah, in the north of the country, on the north of the island. There, my Scottish pals. All right. Yeah, I know we're two countries, not one, but at the same time we're also one country and not two. So you know, get used to that until the Sturge cometh and everybody goes, yeah, all right. As much as, you know, you might not like the Sturge, she is going to keep banging on about it until you get it done. Right, okay, satellite dish. That's helpful. Bicycle. Yeah. Nicola Sturgeon is the Scottish equivalent of Nigel Farage. Goodness gracious me, there's a parallel. Phew. I'm sorry, I'm being very British-centric with all of this. And I'm sure the Sturge would be delighted to be compared to Farage. Yeah, this is all the stuff I'm not allowed to do, you know. I'm not allowed to talk about any of this. I purposefully try to be neutral. I'm critical of everybody, right? I'm equally critical of left and right and up and down and everything, right? I'm critical of it all. But I've spent, for as long as I've been making videos, I have spent my time never talking politics about anything at all, because this is supposed to be a nice, friendly place. It's still a nice, friendly place, but occasionally we're going to have to touch on... in this series, we're going to have to touch on topics that have a political leaning to them. And you're completely allowed to disagree, because that's what makes us all beautiful and special individuals, is we're allowed to have different opinions. Not sure what that noise is about. Fairly certain I closed the back door. Yeah. Fairly certain doesn't really cut it. Well, that's an aggressive noise. Well, look, we're coming back up on a stop again in a moment. I'm venting. Someone had one too many margaritas, and I'm letting the honk out of the flipping noisy. Letting the honk out of the bus. Yeah. Look, the sound will stop in a minute. I've got to pull a U-ey, then we're in the bus stop, and then all is golden. Close the rear door with F10. Okay. If that works, you've gone the wrong way. Oh, knickers. Oh, dearie me. Door's closed. I'm not sure it is. I think we just stopped. Should we go the right way? Door's still open. Alright, F10. Yeah, it's not really going for it. No, it's not. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, I missed the turning, Gov. You keep that Renault out of my face. I'm turning this way. That way. I'm turning that way. Alright. Oh, Royal Mail van behind us. Right, we've stopped. Hit F10. That's giving me a screenshot. Oh, flipping heck. Sorry, apologies for the noise. The doors are closed. Lock the doors. Turn the engine off. Alright, well it's giving me all kinds of... I've got the master alarm sounding. Okay, what's that? Something's flashing in there. Yeah, I can't see it though. Alright, okay, can we get a zoom in on the dashboard, please? Zoom in on the dashboard. Exclamation mark. Oh wow, how... Gear shift into neutral. Hard to say. That's reverse one. That's neutral. Good. Okay, let's try opening the doors, then closing them again. Okay. Open the front door. Open the rear door. The engine's off. Okay. Have we set the burglar alarm off? Start the ignition. I'm trying. Start the engine. Yeah, I think you've broken something large. So, public transport. Alright, let's just mute the game. There you go. A bit. As long as I remember to do that while editing, everything will be fine here. If I don't remember, I imagine the comments are going to have pretty much only one thing to say. Anyway, let's get going. Let's get to the bus stop and then we can call it a day. And I can try and figure out what I did. Wait, there's something bad. Right, that's off. Good. Right. There we go. We're still rolling. Right, okay. You can turn the lights off, though. There we go. Yeah! Yeah, it's your fault for running... Oh, hold on. It wants me to go to the garage. Oh, okay, we can do that. Yeah. I mean, it's not a low fuel light. No, that's a general hazard light. That's a... You've cooked your top nutrient off. And as such, you're about to wobble your turbo flange, which is not ideal. All right, backwards. There you go. All right, give it a bit of this. There you go. That's enough. And stick it. Oh no, that's not. That's the A pillar of the door. Oh, okay. All right, forwards. Yeah. Gently does it. Right. Swing it on in. Swing it. Oh yeah. Yeah, just close enough. Give us 200 litres of 4-star, fully leaded. I want this thing to go crispy. Right, back it up a bit more. Obviously, we're snagged on something here. There you go. Not anymore, though. Nope, not anymore. Right, you're now snagged on something else. Let's keep plumbing it in. That's it. Swing it out a little bit further. That'll be at Marks and Spencer. I'll be able to go in and get myself some millionaires flipping shortbread. Terrific. Yeah, right. Handbrake on. Yeah, stop engine. Refuel. Hey, the noise has shut up. Okay, current. I've got half a tank. Let's go. I've got loads of money. It's fine. I've got 95 grand. I suspect quite a lot of that I'm going to have to use to flipping heck. Yeah, I don't think 200 litres was really going to do very much. No. Oh well, we'll sit here and relax for a bit. There you go. Public transport should serve the people first and foremost. It is there to serve the people. It should be inexpensive and as well run as can be realistically expected. I say that because there will always be times where you can't. Actually, 200 litres was about on the money there, son. Good work. Yeah, it should run as well as it can be reasonably expected. And I say reasonably expected because there will be occasions where it doesn't work perfectly. And that's fine. You know, I'm only making 500 euros from this gig, right? Yeah, I know. Alright, the beeping continues. Well, alright. Just, can I acknowledge the master alarm? Yeah, what's the problem? That's at max. That's right in the dipstick. What's that? I don't know, but there's a lot of it. There is a lot of it. I've been Colonel Failure. This is Get Back to Work. If you'd like to commission one of these for yourself, with or without the buzzer going on, then go to wizio.com/Colonel_Failure, where I'll give you my uninformed reckon. Brakematic on. Yeah, let's have that. Yeah, I'm going to start pushing buttons until I've figured out what the problem is. The problem's all driving there, chum. Passenger monitor on. Yeah. Yeah, driver monitor on, passenger monitor off. Okay, right. Lock left, no. Lock, unlock. Yeah, air conditioning on. Yeah. Restroom clearance is on. Kitchen clearance is on. Wi-Fi clearance is on. Reading lights are available. That's also available. You can have that as well. And the fanfare. And the motor starts. Good. I'll be back soon with another one of these. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.